first incident, I walk my dogs on a regular basis. Did you never see me walk my dogs in the neighborhood?
Not from the day that you told me to take a picture. I never noticed you, and my husband as well.
Okay. When you run with Mr. Purse, do you video?
We video all the time, and I'm sure you see on Facebook that we video it all the time.
Okay.
It's Facebook.
He posts it to Facebook?
Correct. You see that.
Does he ever say your name in the videos?
My name is underneath the video.
Okay. And does he post those to his personal account or to the Purse Funeral Home Facebook?
I don't know, but he posts it on Facebook.
He posts them online? For the public to see?
Correct.
Okay.
We've been doing this for many years.
Okay. So I lived on Maiden Lane from June of 2018 to May of 2022 is when I moved. You stated you and I had one face-to-face interaction.
Correct. Well, the day that you told me to smile pretty to the picture.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. It's on video.
We're not arguing.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll present this.
That's not a question.
I'll present this.
Stricken.
I will strike that. You are not to consider what was just said.
Are you a business partner of Barry Purse?
No.
Object as to relevance.
Relevance?
The relevance is I had a neighbor dispute with my neighbor Barry Purse. I believe she is a business partner of Barry Purse. I think that is relevant.
This has nothing to do with what you're doing.
I'm going to sustain the objection. I don't see where this is relevant to this case.
Were you coached or practiced? Did you practice in any way for your testimony today?
No.
No. How do you know Mr. Brooks?
This is
No
nothing.
object as to relevance. There's no foundation that she knows Mr. Brooks.
In the video with Sergeant Walsh, she says she's best friends with Mr. Brooks and Susan Brooks.
Again, Your Honor, that evidence is not in evidence before the court.
So we don't have a foundation for this.
Okay. So
I
when
asked
I
the
bring
defendant-
it, then I can ask that question? When I submit the video?
If you develop a foundation and that it's relevant to this case.
Okay. Well, it's
But
very relevant.
At this time, I'm going to sustain the objection.
Okay. When you said I hit the panic button on my truck when you guys ran by, could you have mistaken that for me locking or unlocking my truck?
No.
Because my panic button does not work.
No, because the lock does beep beep. The panic does beep 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 beep. When you do the panic, and the reason I know this because when I'm at Walmart or at Bush's or anywhere I'm at, and I can't find my vehicle, I put the panic button, and it beeps and beeps and beeps and beeps and beeps. So when you put the lock button on, it beeps one time, and that's it.
Did Mr. Purse video that happening?
I don't know what he has on the video, but I'm just testifying. I'm answering your question of the panic attack button.
Maiden Lane's a two-way street, correct? Traffic flows both ways.
Correct.
There was a lot of talk about where my vehicle was parked. When I lived on Maiden Lane, do you recall Consumers Energy and other utilities tearing up in front of my house where the grass, it's actually the city owns that part, but it was all tore up? Do you recall that?
I don't have time to look at other people's business. I have time to take care of my family. What I'm saying to you, this is nothing involved with what you're doing to me. If what I see in your house, I don't spy on you what you're doing to me.
Okay.
So I don't recall.
That's all I have for this witness.
Mr. Sneed,
I have no further questions. Thank you.
may this witness be excused?
Yes, please.
Mr. Croswick?
Yes, please.
Ma'am,
Thank you.
most certainly you can go about your day. If you wish, you can also remain in the courtroom and watch the proceedings.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Sneed?
People call Barry Purse.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Please have a seat. State your name and spell it for the record.
My name is Barry Gilbert Purse. That's B-A-R-R-Y. Middle name Gilbert, G-I-L-B-E-R-T. And then Purse, P-U-R-S-E.
Thank you. Mr. Sneed?
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Purse. Mr. Purse, do you know Maritza Martinez?
Yes, I do.
How do you know her?
She's a neighbor of mine. She lives directly behind my residence, which is a funeral home in town. And I've known Maritza probably for 15 years. She's a runner, marathon runner like myself.
Okay. Were you, in fact, jogging partners?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall any incidents jogging where you encountered the defendant?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And are you familiar with the defendant, Mr. Croswell?
Yes.
And how do you know him?
He was a neighbor to me right behind the property of the funeral home in Tecumseh, Michigan.
And when you were with Miss Martinez, could you describe the incident between you and Mr. Croswell?
Yes, it was in September of 2021, and we were running west on Potawatomi Street, and as we got to Pearl and Potawatomi Street, I noticed a Tecumseh police car there, and Maritza said there's a police car there, but I didn't see the police car, and we kept running west, and we got right almost in front of my business, because we run a 3.7 mile loop like twice, which is like 7.4 miles. So we were starting our second lap of Tecumseh, and I saw Mr. Croswick there, and he was taking photos of like my leaf bags. I bag grass, and there's garbage, and it looked like he was like interested in my garbage. So I asked him if everything was okay. We stopped, and then he said something like to the effect like, is everything okay with you? I don't know, he said something back to me. I wasn't specific. And then I run with the GoPro camera. We film and make social media content. So I turned the camera on, and then Mr. Croswick said something about smile for the camera, Maritza. And Maritza goes, how do you know my name? And Mr. Croswick says, I know everything. And then we were starting to get away from him and run further west, and then I heard something like, I know everything and I know what you do in the afternoon, something to that effect. And then I told Maritza, that's not cool, and then Maritza said something like, peace out or something, and we just kept running.
When you heard that comment, I know what you do in the afternoon, was that from Mr. Croswell?
Yes.
Was that statement directed toward you, both?
I felt it was just directed towards Maritza, because Maritza kind of like wasn't too happy that he knew her name. And the comment that he made that I know everything or something.
Okay. And what time of day do you normally go on your runs?
We start exactly at 7 a.m. because her kids get on the school bus like right around 6:55 or 7 a.m. And she either walks over to Potawatomi Street where my front door, my place is, or I walk over to the bus stop to see her kids off to school.
How long does it take you to run one of the loops?
About 40 minutes, so 37 to 40 minutes. So it must have been like right around 7:40 to between 7:35 to 7:45.